Hi, Master. How are you?
Hello there, Marco.
Oh, good, perfect. It's really nice to meet you again after Philippines.
I'm
Our
here.
trip was amazing, and now it's a pleasure to speak to you today to say to all the guests that are coming to Orlando what we are going to talk there.
Sure, sure.
So it's a really pleasure. When we met last time, we were talking about some topics that I think our customers will be super happy to know about it. So I will
Mhm.
ask you a few questions just to explain what you are going to show to the world. Okay?
Sure,
So
sure.
what about the five intelligences? When you talk about this topic, I was like, wow, five intelligences. What are they?
Well, typically, what most people would always include is how to develop your mind to be sharp, to be logical, and have good common sense. There's another part of your mind that is called abstract, which is the one that is in charge of philosophy, psychology, and principles, how to think bigger, how to think strategic. So the abstract mind is the one that is responsible to develop strategies. The logical mind is the one that develops the tactics or the techniques. So they are both needed. But to be a leader of leaders, you need both to be sharp, focused mind and also a good strategic mind to look at the bigger picture. So these two has to be developed to bring a person to become a leader of leaders. Another one that is missing is the intuition. You know, the ability to look ahead with a little bit better forecasting intelligence, an intelligence that can see ahead more than other people. So if you're seeing ahead than your competitor, then you are really ahead. You lead everyone. So that's called the intuitional intelligence. And there's some parts of it that's a little bit psychic intelligence, the ability to know without thinking. And that is one of the things that makes you a powerful leader of leaders. And also the wisdom aspect. But what is always advertised is the emotional intelligence is necessary. I agree. But then if you have only emotional intelligence or EQ without a very sharp mind, without a good entrepreneurial mind, and without intuition, then something is still missing in your decision making. It's not enough to be emotionally intelligent. We need to be mentally intelligent, intuitively intelligent. We have wisdom, and also we need the instinctive intelligence, the ability to know exactly what to do in the right moment without all the information. Is called instincts or guts instincts. So these are the five levels of intelligence which we need to develop to become really not only a leader, but a leader of leaders, you know, even greater, and to be able to deal with diversity.
Wow. Wow. This is super interesting. I know we already talked about some of this topic when I was there in Philippines. I know
Yes.
that the leaders, because in Orlando there will be so many marketers, top networker, entrepreneurs, young people that want to become a better leader, okay, for the
Yes.
world. And if they don't know about this kind of intelligence, or if they only develop one or two of these intelligence, they are not complete,
Yeah,
kind of.
because especially that you have 8 types of clients and many ways of pleasing them. So if you're dealing with the Einstein, then you have to be very mentally sharp. But if you're dealing with the Mother Teresa buyer or client, then you need to be emotionally intelligent. But if you're dealing with a philosopher, a person who is a little bit more mystical and philosophical, then you need the abstract mental intelligence. Or you're dealing with very fast buyers, they are very instinctive. You need to be able to negotiate on the moment, a situational manager, a negotiator. So you need all those facets to be able to, especially global market now. You have Chinese, you have Japanese, you have Indian, you have Arab, American, Italian. They belong to different intelligent class. Like Italian are more emotionally intelligent, more instinctive, and the Germans and Swiss are more mental and less emotional. The Americans are more instinctive. The Japanese are more philosophical. The Chinese are more philosophical, mental, and instinctive. Indians are more intuitive and emotional. So if you do not learn all of these and you are in the global market and you're selling to these different kinds of clients, you will run out of technique. You can only sell to the Einstein, but not to the Mother Teresa, you see?
Exactly. I learn from the pitch, this one in Australia, because when I was a salesperson in Australia, I had to deal with all the people from the world. So I learned these things. But talk about the second topic you will talk there is how to become leader of leaders, how you say. You don't have to think only like no Italians making deal with Italians. But the next step is how you say become international, no? Think globally, expand.
Yeah. You have to think of the 8 types of human designs or 8 types of cultures. As I said, if you expand your market from Italy to, say, to the United States or to Japan or China, it's another ballpark to be able to understand the Eastern versus the Western versus the Italian market, for example. So you need to understand the 8 types of leaders and how they respond to stimulus, to negotiation, to selling. Another time is what kind of intelligence are they looking when they're talking to you? What are they using? Are they more scientific? Then you need to be different from the more mystical or the more, I would say, intuitive types of buyers. So to be a leader of leaders, you need an extra philosophy to understand the 8 types of humanity and the 5 levels of intelligence, and also the Trinity. You need to know if there are people who are more emotional, mental, or more power type of energy. So you need to understand this. And there is a certain practice that I usually teach online or in person that develops and hone and stimulate all of this intelligence and also these kinds of psychology.
Wow, very good. I know that some practice we will do it together there, no? So you say to me that we will do some special meditation and some special breathing technique that we did together in Philippines as well, but specific for become leader of leaders, right? Can you just say,
Yes.
because there will be one part very practical. So people that will be in Orlando we receive a lot of practice exercise to use every day.
Yeah, a lot of people become leaders by just being emotionally intelligent or very nice, charismatic, magnetic, and good talker and good communicator. Some people from 85 to 95, people can become leaders by strong mind, very good strategy, by good thinking, good, sales and so on, marketing. But to get to the 95 to 100%, to be the champion leader of leaders, you need the extra willpower. The willpower is missing in many leaders. That's why even talented leaders do not always succeed, because when they're very stressed and tired, they commit mistakes. They have blunders. So to be able to go to the highest level of performance, to be a leader of leaders, you need that extra willpower that most people do not have. That extra mile of power is a lot of difference with people who are very intelligent, very emotionally intelligent, but don't have the will to finish what they start. So in the techniques, which we'll be doing separately, I would like to emphasize how to be strong against stress and fatigue, how to be fatigue and stress tolerant, how to endure all the pressure, because when you become a leader, the pressure is on all the time. Even you go home, the pressure is on. It doesn't vacate your mind because it's not a 9 to 5 work. To be an entrepreneur and leader is an all the time work. It's not even full time. Full time is like 8 to 9 hours a day. To be a leader, it has to be all the time, like always grinding. So you need to have so much energy to sustain the competition. You need to have so much energy and willpower to always finish what you start. Because when your energy goes down, you have more anxiety, you have more fear, you have more intolerance, you're more like mentally making mistakes. So that extra willpower development coupled with the heart development and the mind development is really formidable, a good combination to have when you're a leader of leaders.
This topic, Master, everyone will love it because all my customers are always stressed, always in burnout, always asking me, always, every day. So, guys, if you come there, you will see from a master how to use technique, meditation, special things to reduce and put your mind more sharp and focus, and like you
And
say,
how to calm down when you're very excited. Sometimes you make mistakes. When you're too stressed, you make the wrong word and you maybe piss off, as they say, the negotiation. Or if you are too nervous, you drain your energy, and when you go to the real deal, you start to feel tired, and then they feel that you're weak and you feel like, oh, you're losing it. So you need to be very aligned, very balanced. And I think it should be that you have the power, the heart, and the mind all together in one. And these techniques are very practical.
very good. Thank you. Oh, I'm excited to know it. So, the last things before we let you go, Master, there will be so many young people. And one invisible enemy of the young people is the seed of failures. No? People do some stuff step by step, and they don't know that this seed will grow and will make them fail if they don't cut on the base.
Yes. Well,
So,
the system of failure, which I've seen in most leaders, even young or old, is really their health. In the younger years, you can drink, you can have a party all the time. But as you grow older, when your demand of energy is so much because you have promoted yourself to a global leader or an international leader, your demand of energy is more than what you can supply. And that's the time you're starting to fail. If you're drinking too much, you're smoking a lot, or you're not sleeping well, you're always in a party, there's a cutoff point or a tipping point by which your health is starting to be your seat of failure. And I guarantee, because even young people today have heart condition, high blood, and diabetes and other things. A second failure is when you focus too much on your success without balance in your life, you're starting to have problem with your family, your health, your family. You're starting to have problems with relationships because you are not paying attention to the more important aspect of the love nature, the nurturing aspect, even to your children, even to your spouse, even to your parents. You're starting to focus too much on business and your clients. You are busy meeting them in a restaurant and having a good time, but then you just have lack of time with your children or your family, and they're starting to have a problem with you. And they will not anymore leave you to be peaceful. And when you are stressed with the family, you bring it to your client and your work, and then you're starting to have a problem with your business. Another one is when you are so much on a career and you succeed and you become so rich, your ego can be your seed of failure. You become too arrogant. You forgot your old friends. You forget your old people who have helped you, and you're starting to become egotistical, and that will make you go down because people will start to curse you, to put you down, and to attack you. And then you are lonely alone in your own wealth and success, and then you lose all your best friends. So you have to be careful as you become famous with money, fame and money, and you become powerful, that you forget your basics. Your basics, you have to ground, and you know yourself before you go to the limelight, before you become big and rich. You need to know who you are, so you don't forget that when you go into the big league and to the big light.
wow. Master, thank you. This one was just something to say what we are going to talk there. So there are many topics.
We'll talk this more details in the seminar.
Wow. So what to say, I'm super excited to have you in Flight to Success for the second time in a row.
Yes.
Really, see you in Orlando, and thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you very much, and good luck to all your students, your followers, your fans. Okay, and your
Thank you.
participants. See ya.
Thank you. See you in December, Master.